So here today we're working on a Graco 390 PC. The pump stopped pumping. It's not pumping anything up through it anymore. So we don't have the money to go buy a new pump. New pumps are expensive. They're around $300-400. Pump kits somewhere like 70 to 120 bucks, somewhere in between there, from your local Sherman-Williams. What we're about to do is we're about to take it completely apart and clean every single piece in it and see if we can get it to work again without spending any money. All right, so let's take a look at it real quick and get to it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is Graco likes this knock, loosen, knock tight stuff, whatever, so we're gonna loosen that off. I don't personally like that, but I like Graco, so we'll roll with it. And let's pull this out. The whole pump should just slide out. You're gonna take a wrench, a pair of pliers. I do this right here on the back of it. I've already pre-loosened this, so should come off fairly easy. Now some people take this bottom piece off first. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It doesn't really matter. I take them apart so much it really doesn't matter. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna have to wiggle it out of there. It's gonna be in there pretty snug. Alright, so we have this disconnected. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pliers right here, and we are going to get another set of pliers and take our stem off. It's up to you, but it's a little wet outside, but it's not raining. But I'll go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get our pliers. Loosen that up right there. Just twist this right off of here. Boom. There we go. Now this is a dirty pump that's not working, not sucking up any paint at all. We think it's just clogged. There's two balls inside of this. One ball right here we can get to very easily. You can get it out, take whatever clogs are in there out, put it back in there, and most of the time it'll just go right back to working. There's another ball down inside of the piston. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna undo all this, take the piston out through the bottom, take the ball, and just clean all the gunk out of it and see if it's gunked up or not, and see if maybe that's why it's not working. So let's go in here, we're gonna go outside and start taking this apart, and yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so we're back and we have our pump out of the rig. I have two of these. I've already done this to this one, and I know for a fact that it works, so I'm gonna continue on with this video and show you exactly what I did with this pump, because I actually bought the two rigs at the exact same time, used them the exact same amount, and they literally both stopped working on me at the exact same time on the exact same job. Oddly enough, or coincidentally enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna separate these two. Okay, so and we're going to separate these. All right. Sorry guys, I'm kind of doing this out on the back of my truck in the rain. I've been meaning to do this for a while now. So what the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pop this out, and you're going to check to see if you have any gunk or buildup on this ball right here. Okay, or down inside of here. or down inside of here. You're going to want to see if you have any kind of paint built up or anything in there. I'm not sure if you can see down in here, but if you can, just make sure there's nothing built up in there. And ours, we have a little bit of stuff built up, but that's not going to be our problem with this one. I've already cleaned this one out once before. There's 2 balls to this. I know this one isn't the issue. The issue is actually going to be the ball down inside of this piston right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to set these to the side. I got a bucket of water right here. I'm going to drop these and this in my bucket of water. Okay, and let those sit there, soak for a minute. Of course, Graco with their bang loosen or bang tight, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a fan of it. Drop the camera. Let's see if we can get it set back up there. Let's see if we can do this without knocking the camera over. So you want to get a little flathead or something, because you don't want to mess up these little O-rings on it or any of these little rubber pieces. You don't want to mess any of that up, because obviously we're trying to do this for free and not have to go spend any money. So you're gonna come over here, get you a little flathead or something, get you a little hammer, and just knock it loose. It shouldn't be very hard to knock loose. It could be, it could not be. You want it pretty snug on there when you put it back on there. Okay, so we got a little bit of paint built up in here. As you can see, there's paint around here, so we definitely have some issues in here for sure. So to get this out, what we're going to do is actually we're going to take just a rag or something. We're going to lay it over the top of this. It's going to sound crazy, but again, this is Graco with their beat everything out of everything. I love Graco, don't get me wrong. Graco over Titan any day personally. It's just a personal choice. What we're going to do is we're going to smack this. And of course we knock the camera over. Okay, it's almost out. Hey, darling. Help me. We're gonna knock the camera out. All right, so we'll come back, and then this is the piston that we have that came out of here. So as you can see, it is very, very dirty. I'm not sure if there's something in the ball in there, something blocking it, but it is very, very dirty. So we are going to go ahead and clean that up. To the people on YouTube, darling. All right, so I'm going to clean this up and get back to it and see what happens. Okay, so you're going to want to get this ball out of here, you're going to want to take your wrench. There's little grooves on here, you'll see it. Can't miss them. Put them on there and it'll be pretty tight. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Nope. I was not going the wrong way. It's just on there really tight. There it goes. Straighten the rag back up there. Definitely on there very, very tight. So on the last pump, on this pump right here, our problem was actually right in here. There was so much old excess paint built up in here that just nothing could flow through it. So again, I don't know how many times I can drop this camera in one video, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna take this out. This one actually isn't as dirty as the other one, but we're still gonna have some issues here. All right, and we got some corrosion. I can't tell, you probably can't see in there, but there are some chunks built up in there that we're gonna have to go ahead and get off. For me, acetone has been the best sand to clean these up with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go clean these up, clean this ball up, clean this up, clean all this up, make sure we get every little thing out of it, and we're gonna come back out here and we're gonna stick this one on the pump and see if it works. All right, and we're back after cleaning our parts here. So we got the piston taken apart, the ball's cleaned, got all the whole pack pretty much clean. So we're not replacing any of this. We're literally just taking it all apart, cleaning it. And remember before, it wouldn't pump any paint through it. It wouldn't even pump water through it. So we just literally took it all apart, gave everything a good clean in. As you can see, looks almost brand new. Hands are a little dirty. Need to wipe it off before I put it in there. But all right, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and get this put back together now. Throw this up here. So what we'll do is we'll take the ball, drop the ball down in there. You're gonna want to keep these in order. So you have all these little packs that you'll find on the piston whenever you take it apart to clean it. You want to just try to keep all this in order. Just keep all that in order so it all just goes back in the same way it came out. Okay, so if you don't, just in case so you don't forget, just take a picture or something, just so you don't put anything back wrong. You're like, oh hey, this guy told me how to do this and it wasn't right. Just, you know, make sure you take a picture of what you're doing if you're not 100% sure. So we dropped the ball in there. We're gonna go ahead and slide these on top, down in there, nice and snug. This down in there. I'm gonna screw it on. Okay. Get it tight, so we'll get. So remember, this was really tight when we took it apart the first time. So we're gonna. You know, I'm not just gonna super crank it on there, but we're gonna put it on there pretty snug. 2 crescent wrenches. And I'm comfortable with that. Can't really show you how tight it is, but it ain't coming off of my hand, that's for sure. You hear the ball has a little bit of free play in there, just a little bit, enough to move around. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, shove it back through the bottom of the piston. Me personally, I try to line the Graco up with the Graco here. So this is going to be in the back. Graco sign's in the front. You got a Graco sign on the front of your piston. And we just line those two up. Put it on there. Bang it in there. You kind of just get it on there. You take a Phillips head screwdriver and kind of put it right here. It's not going to go through there, so it won't go in there and hit the ball and damage it or anything. You literally just put it on there and just give it a couple taps, and it'll slide up a little bit. As so, you're going to take your top piece that you took off of here, slide it back on, screw it down. Remember, you took this off with a flathead and a hammer, so we're going to get it back on there tight again. Oop. Sorry guys, forgot one critical step. Almost forgot. Can't believe I forgot it. This piece goes right back in over the top. Flathead, tap it down in there, nice and snug. Now we're going to screw this on here. Everybody makes mistakes. Get it on there, tighten it with your hand as tight as you can get it. We're going to come over here and take our flathead, put it on, and we're just going to give it a couple taps. Snug this up real good. Snug it up. It's not coming off there, it's on there tight. I'm happy with that. So we have our ball. Take the ball, drop it down in there. It'll land right on that hole. So you drop it down in there. This looks pretty dirty on the outside. You know, we're not here for, you know, a fashion show or anything. And drop this piece down in here. Take your flathead, kind of just tap it into place until it falls, until it sinks down onto the ball you just dropped into the hole. The top of your pump, and literally just screw them back together. You want to take your crescent wrenches and back on here, and once again snug these up. Pretty snug, you know that Graco has everything, you know, bang tight or whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna just snug these up. I don't like to just bang on my pump, man. I'd rather grab 2 crescent wrenches and do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. All right, so we're tight. So we're gonna go ahead and reconnect our pump onto the hose. You want to make sure you get this hose tight, because if you don't get this hose tight enough, you're going to be spraying paint everywhere. If you've been doing this for a while, you may have made this mistake. If you're a beginner, you're definitely going to make that mistake. If you suck up some trash or clumps up in your pump and you got to take this apart because it sucks through there, yeah, you're going to have fun if you don't tighten this all the way. Alright, that's pretty tight. Come right up here. Okay, so we need to come down just a little bit to get our pump back right. So we're gonna take our hammer and just tap on it. Just give it a couple taps. We'll slide down. You're gonna want to get some pump lube to lube this up. I actually just ran out of pump lube, so I don't have any to lube it right now. But I'm just gonna put this in here, show you it works, and I will get this pump lubed up ASAP. And so we got it down right there. When you go down just another hair, just a boom, slides right in. Drop the Graco top on it. We're going to go ahead and tighten this up. The one thing I love about these is they're so easy to take apart and put back together on the job. If you're painting outside and you get some dried up paint or something that sucks up through your pump and it clogs it and it won't suck any more paint, you can literally just bang this off, pull it apart, pull the clump out, put it back together, and boom, you're right back to work in 15-20 minutes tops. So we're going to get this right here. Graco's bang tight. Bang that on there tight. We'll go ahead and grab our intake tube. Of course, man, all this needs to be cleaned up. This isn't, you know, we ain't here for looks. We just here to try to fix this and save some money. So again, we didn't put any parts into this. We didn't buy anything. We literally just took this whole pump completely apart and cleaned every bit of it with acetone. So I cleaned all of it with acetone. It seems to work the best for me. It doesn't mess up any of the seals or the O-rings or anything like that. People might say it will, but it hasn't for me. So we're gonna go ahead, get some water in our bucket over here. Some water in our bucket over here. Got a tube in the bucket. We're plugged up, we got power. We are running the Graco contractor gun. This is my personal favorite. Love this gun, it's amazing. If you don't have this gun, you should definitely invest in this gun right there. Alright, so here we go. Let's find out if we're gonna pump. Got our dump tube right here, let's go. pumping. We are pumping. You said we are pumping. And we are pumping. We are building pressure. All right, so there you go. We're pumping, building pressure. Let's spray the gun and see what we can get out of it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, there we go. There we go. Love this gun. There we go, man. If your Graco's not working, if you've got a pump like mine, an endurance pump, you can literally take this pump apart. It takes you about an hour to do, to clean it out and everything. Take it apart, put it back together. Just clean it out as best you can and put it back together, and 9 times out of 10, I'm sure it's going to work. These Gracos run forever. It's like